how can we add to the pressure of getting RFK to resign? Because we've got a couple of things going on here. First of all, he made a complete ass of himself in those Senate hearings. Like, I went on to conservative Reddit. Yeah, they thought he looked like an ass, and they don't like what he's doing, or they're doing with Florida. Like, they think that's a major overcorrection since COVID, because they're like, yeah, vaccines do work. We know they work. It's not safe. Like, you get your hardcore MAGA weirdos that, you know, don't want that. Like, my parents were anti-vaxxers, so you're not going to turn that small group. But the majority of people know that vaccines work, and they're okay with vaccines, and they were raised with them. So you have people actually agreeing with that on the right. There was a poll that came out today that said 78% of people polled agree with vaccines and want vaccines. Okay. Then you have the Republican leaders that were questioning him, that were yelling at him like, this isn't okay. One of them was a doctor. So the Republicans, they were attacking him for what he's doing and saying about vaccines. Then when Trump was interviewed about it, you could see that internal struggle, because he was just like, you know, he's different. He's a different kind of guy, but he means well. He means well. I mean, I think vaccines are good. We need vaccines. They're proven. We need them. So yeah, vaccines are good. But you know, he questions things, and I like that, because we should question things. But also, I like vaccines, and it's part of his legacy, is the warp speed, right? For this little scientist stuff, like, I could be a scientist, just like acting like he had invented the fucking vaccines. So he does have a little bit of an affinity for them, because it's part of his good legacy. Then you had his former Surgeon General come forward and say, you need to get rid of RFK. He's going to ruin your legacy, and you will be left with people getting sick, and that's what you'll die with. Like, that's what you're going to be left with, is all these people got effed up by taking away the vaccines, and his health recommendations are shit. And then you have RFK's family saying, you need to resign. And he just looked hostile and crazy in that interview, and he got caught in a million different lies. So I think this is one area where we might be able to push. And I know that Trump isn't getting rid of people the way he was before, because he surrounded himself with malignant narcissists on purpose, because they're people he can pressure and manipulate, and that they all want their stardom. Like RFK and Dr. Oz, I have no doubt that they want to start their own little clinics. I have no doubt. They're both just charlatans. Thanks, Oprah. But, you know, they're going to keep their game up, and that's why they're there. And Trump can use and manipulate all this. He's the best. But what can we do to help keep this pressure on? Like, could we write postcards that say, President Trump, thank you for coming up with the COVID vaccines and getting us through that. And please keep vaccines here, and put someone in that believes in them and cares about our health and trusts science. Like, could we do like a massive campaign like that? You know, I think RFK needs his own protest. Like, we need to really put a fine point on the fact that we need him gone, because he's absolutely the most dangerous one in there. He's just fucking nuts, and he's evil. So I know we have the No King's Day coming up October 18th. So, you know, I think we should have big heads of him up there, so that make sure all the cameras get that. We need Epstein's face up there. We really need to be hitting that home as far as visuals go. I think right now we need to have stuff above the freeways. If you can get up there, put signs up there that says RFK has to go. We believe in vaccines. We believe in science. We believe in our children's health, you know, something like that. But we have to get on this now. This is a really good opportunity we have, because Trump was squirming a bit. And we need to hit home that this can impact your legacy, because he'd love to have a Nobel Peace Prize just about that alone. You know, in another world, I'd love to say, look, we'll make sure that you get that Nobel Peace Prize nomination. And you make sure that the Democrats are allowed to put in someone that makes sure we get vaccines and good health and science. You want to make that deal? Like, I wish we could live in a world like that, where we could actually make a deal, because this is dangerous. And it just furthers their delusions over there. And, God. So what is it you think we could do? Well, could we do like millions of postcards going in there saying, please, President Trump, we appreciate you so much. Also, that bastard has to go. He's making you look bad. Because if anything could work, it might be that.